Well, hello there, friends. I'm Graham, and this is Surreal Cinema. And I am on episode. Oh gosh, I gotta double check. I am on episode. Ooh, what the heck just happened? That is not what I was. Oh, episode number 14 of season 1 of X Files, and it's called Gender Bender. Wow. Okay, this is crazy. I've actually watched this episode twice now to try to wrap my head around it. So it starts off with what appears to be a nightclub, and there's a guy there, and he's kind of like lonely, whatever. And then there's this girl, and she walks up to him, and puts her hand on his hand, and kind of like starts rubbing his hand. And there's like this pheromone like thing that's happening. He falls in love basically with her, goes back to his apartment, makes love to her, and then ends up dying. He ends up having this massive like heart attack, seizure thing, which not really much of a seizure, but he's got foam coming out of his mouth and a heart attack, can't breathe. And then Scully and Mulder investigate this. They find out that he was killed with pheromones, and somehow that leads them down this rabbit hole, basically, to find this this group of people that live out in the middle of the woods. They're kind of like Amish, but they're creepy. Amish people aren't creepy. These guys are creepy. They wear all black clothes. They don't talk to anybody in public. They're very like no communication, no nothing. Scully ends up meeting one of them out by the carriage. There's like a whole bunch of them get out, and they go into this feed store and find stuff in the feed store, whatever to buy. And then he ends up basically, they end up shaking hands or whatever, and he ends up holding onto her hand and rubbing it, and he ends up getting the pheromone thing. So just really crazy. And so you just go down this rabbit hole bit with them basically, and they eventually end up in this little area in the middle of the woods and try to figure out what's going on. They've got these ritual like things they do. And then at the very end of the show, the whole tribe of these people just completely vanish. Like, gone. And it's like, what? I mean, this episode is really out there. It's creepy. And it's uneasy, and you don't really get any answers given to you. It's strange. Very strange. But, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, that's kind of why we're watching this show, is because we're trying to find something that's different and uneasy. But other than that, yeah, no, not bad. I actually kind of enjoyed it. Gender Bender. Oh, yeah, and after she ends up having sex, the first girl ends up having sex with him and killing him. Then she ends up changing and basically like turning into a guy. And then there's a guy when Scully and Mulder are there visiting. They're at the dinner table together, and he chokes. And Scully wants to give him the Heimlich, and they yell at him or yell at her and say, "No, you're here at our place. We're doing it our way." And then he dies. And then they what appears to be his brain, and they walk away with his brain and like possibly transplant it into what looks like a Native American. It's just what? I mean, it's just, there's so many bits and pieces and unanswered questions, and it's just like, oh, that's why I had to watch it more than once, because I'm like, this episode was just, what? I seriously, I thought I was missing something, and I watched it again, and no, it's just not answered questions. It's just crazy. So, whatever. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the next one. The next one is episode 15. Right? Yeah. Episode 15, it's called Lazarus, I think is what it's called. So, All right, you guys, until next time, hope you all have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new to my channel, I want to invite you to hit that subscribe button, and bye for now.